Peace. This is a Meat and Potatoes Social Production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is the obsession with time. One of the biggest concerns that humanity has always had or has been obsessive about is time. Either wishing they could go back to change certain things, going forward into the future to see has humanity regressed or evolved, or just having a clearer understanding. It all boils down to time. And this is nothing new. This goes back to ancient times. As a matter of fact, one example of that is the Hindu text of Mahabharata. And that talks about the tale of Ratavia, who was a king and felt that no man was really worthy of his daughter, who not only was beautiful, but was incredibly intelligent. So he wanted to consult Brahma, the deity himself. And he had a conversation, and Brahma had told him, you just erased your whole bloodline. And what seemed like only a few minutes, he goes back, and a millennia has passed. 1,000 years. And him and his daughter are giants amongst regular humans. That's one. Now, here's another example. The Time Machine, H.G. Wells, written in 1895. And this was a fantastic work. And it had many movies that talked about it. But really, the purpose of The Time Machine, even though it was a work of fiction, really was to talk about the evils of capitalism. But scientists were so taken aback and really had a great amount of respect for it, they started studying the quantum mechanics from a science fiction text. And I want to say this, when you see many cartoons or shows, you can go back even 1967, Spider-Man, and the episode was entitled Vine, where he went back 4 billion years to see how to destroy this plant, which was terrorizing New York City in the modern paradigm. And one thing is this, and I didn't have an understanding of it until I consulted a demon. And this was backed up later on by a professor who dealt with Vedic metaphysics. And he basically said this. He said, the thing is, you can time travel, but here's the problem in the West. They want to do it artificially. And remember, this is a inorganic culture, so they have to use technology as the gateway to pretty much everything. And he said, here's the key. When you study the human body, that's studying the universe. And I put it together. If you deal with magic and your astral body leaves, it can go anywhere you want to. Here's another one. Many times, many of you who deal with necromancy or dream walkers, or you really excel at astral travel, you will see people and places that you know nothing about. You don't know these people from a can of paint, but they're connected to you. Why? Like energy attracts like energy. So somebody in the past may want to draw your energy to you and vice versa. So that basically is it. You can use astral projection to go back in time or go forward in time. It is that simple. And by using the mind, you break beyond time. And then that leads you to what? Space. And then there's nowhere that you can't go. And Aleister Crowley, he did have this understanding because he wanted to go back in time to retrieve the Spear of Destiny. For those who don't know, the Spear of Destiny is a weapon that pierced the body of Jesus. And this is talked about in the book, The Spear of Destiny by Trevor Ravenscroft. So that's a book that you can read. So basically, you use your mind and you can go back via your astral body. And if you excelling with magic, necromancy, and the like, that should really be no problem. And like the demon said to me, he said, you do that all the time. He just, because demons sometimes will talk in riddles. He said, you just don't do it the way you think it should be done. And once I started listening to practitioners of the East, then it made sense, because in Hindu and Buddhist concepts, they believe that you could do that all the time. It's just about your will. So the obsession with time goes everywhere. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. You water, my friends. Peace.